Well, hello there. How's my favorite boy doing?
Doing real good. We're doing real good. Thank you so much for being part of our 8 year anniversary show. We we
Yes, happy 8 year anniversary.
thank you so
Thank you.
much. And I mean, obviously, I've kept a good track of your career since the first time we interviewed you. You know, you was a singer. You're an actress. You have evolved throughout the years. I've seen you blossom,
Yes.
and you've done some big things throughout the years, and I just want to say how much I'm proud of you for what you have been able to do,
Aw,
and and
thank you.
and
Thank you so much.
so and that being said, we haven't heard from you since the 7 year anniversary show. So why don't you let the people
That's
know?
right.
Why don't you let the people know what you've been up to over the last year since the last time we interviewed you?
That sounds wonderful. Okay, well, as you guys know, my movie "I Really Hate My Ex" was released in April of this year. If you haven't seen it already, don't just take it by the title. Go and rent it, download it on iTunes, or get it at your local Walmart. It's absolutely amazing, funny, hilarious, and it's based off of a wonderful book about heartbreak turned comedy. So I'm the crazy one. I get to play crazy. I've played so many different roles now at this point in my life, and honestly, I was working with who is Troy Byer, who is now an actually she's a great friend of mine, and we are working on other stuff now. But that was the first meet was my audition to be, you know, um, working with this wonderful child star turned amazing director. So this it was just so much fun. Honestly, I think it was one of the funnest things I ever did. And yeah, okay. So since then, I know last year I was telling you guys a little bit about my writings and that I was starting to do some writing and stuff. And I actually have my website up now, TishaVaculin.com. So TishaVaculin.com. And it will kind of show a little bit about what I've been doing, my blogging, my book that I'm working on still. Books are hard. But I'm taking a little bit of the YouTube life and finishing my book up on the gluten-free lifestyle that I have and my disease, the celiac, as well as working on a reality show with four amazing women from Salt Lake City, and it's based on smart, single, sexy moms and sort of their day-to-day life. We come from all different walks of life, and yeah, we're in the midst of working with some different networks to see who wants to pick it up. So that's what I've been up to since the last time that we talked on our 7 year anniversary show.
I Really Hate My Ex is the name of the film that Tisha mentioned. Is available on some various places. You can download it. You can purchase the DVD and go show your support. You mentioned that you get to play the crazy gal, and that
Yes.
if you don't mind, talk about this character and what was it like playing her in this movie.
Okay. Well, actually, I was just coming out of a real situation with my husband, and so it was kind of like the universe put me into this situation right at the right time, the time that I needed it. And I met this wonderful lady director who brought all this to me and to life. And we didn't exactly know when I was auditioning exactly what part I was auditioning for. But after she heard my story and we got working together, they actually wrote some extra stuff in there and said, this just has to be shown because this has really come from a place of not necessarily crazy, but as a woman, I mean, a genuine reaction to a loss. Someone you love, when somebody that you think loves you back and all of a sudden can just turn and, go on with their lives type thing. So basically that was the type of crazy that I played, was the heartbroken, crazy, I'm drunk one minute, eating ice cream with feeding my dog ice cream in the next scene. You know, it's just was really fun. But it also helped me heal from the situation that I was in at the time. And so it really was a great experience. And I met so many wonderful people in that. So thank you for letting me share that with you.
We definitely appreciate it for sure. And I guess that's a case of art imitates life. And you was meant for this
Yes.
character. And from what I've heard, you pulled it off very well. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I really hate my ex. It's the name
Great.
of the film. Make sure y'all go check it out. And you know, with the year winding down, we get into the second half of 2015. You know, fall season's coming next month, late next month, as a matter of fact. You mentioned you had some other projects in the works. Is there
Yes.
anything else that you're working on? Like you going back to music possibly, or you just focusing more on the acting side?
You know, I'm actually just recently got a new agent, a wonderful situation for me, and I am going to continue doing my acting, as well as I really do like the nutritional, gluten-free expert stuff that I've been working on with my book. And I do want to send out a message to not only the moms out there, but anybody that's dealing with this disease and is forced to basically live the same lifestyle that me, my mother, my children have all had, you know, to live. And I think knowledge is everything, and that's one thing that I was blessed with, was the knowledge and experience of, you know, having this disease. And I really want to help people out there that just don't know and don't understand. And I'm teaming up with the Steve Foundation out in LA and working with some local restaurants as well to kind of start teaching people as a whole, like the people that work in the restaurants. They need to not just be told we have a gluten-free menu. They need to say, okay, well, there's people that come in and they're gluten-free, and then there's people that come in like Tisha and they're allergic. You know, this can hurt them, and you need to understand the difference. You know, I've had so many people say to me, in fact, I'm writing in part of my book a funny little chapter on like 10 things that every celiac hears on a daily basis. And just to give you a couple of, you know, little funny ones, you know, they say, well, why don't you just take the bread off and eat your food? Well, that just comes from a place of people not understanding the damage that it will do to me by eating it. But I don't want to bore you with all that stuff. But that for me is really important. So that's one of the biggest prospects that I am trying to finish for 2015. And I'm really excited about my team of people I'm working with.
Let me just say, Tisha, you're not boring us at all. This is something that needs to. I mean, you're preaching to the choir, really. I mean, it's stuff like this that needs to be mentioned. It needs to be heard so that people are aware of it and what they can do to what people can do to avoid this disease. And, you know, one of the worst things that can happen is to have this disease and not know it. So,
right.
You know, so that's well put. That's well said on your part. And hopefully, you know, people can get all the support and the help and the knowledge that they need to learn this disease and whether they go from here. And considering that you have been dealt with it, how have you been able to deal with this disease while you try to go with your acting career? Has there ever been any issues that you have had, like having this disease that may have affected your acting as far as you doing roles, doing scenes and things like that? Has that affected your career at all?
You know, for the most part, I can't think of a time where I had to be put in a situation that really would have affected me or the role that I was in. But I can say for red carpet events, after parties, or networking in general, you know, there's maybe some places that I might not be able to go. One, I'm not going to be like, here's me over here. I'm not, you know, this little fish on the totem pole. asking for this special meal at this big red carpet event, but also, maybe different things that might occur at the party that I just can't, my body can't digest. And so with that, I would say, I'm just really cautious about who I hang out with, what I do, and of course, have to let people know when it comes to eating and drinking what I can and can't. It's just not, most people don't make that part of their daily conversation. You don't say like, hey, how are you? I'm Tisha. So by the way, I can't eat, and then, this long list of things I can't eat. But for me and my kids, basically my whole family, it is something that you just have to almost announce within, whatever situation that you're in. So it is, I definitely stick out like a sore thumb in that light. People aren't going to forget the celiac that walked in the room when they were having dinners, So, but for the most part, people are really understanding and appreciative when you kind of give them more of a rundown, especially when they know it's not just a choice. It's something I have to do for health reasons. So, yeah, absolutely. It's been pretty good experiences for me.
Well, it's good to know that good things have happened to you, and that you have ever. This is what I admire about people like you. And I got off the phone with one of my friends, Epidemic, and he's had his share of adversity. He's able to overcome it, continue on with his career without letting anything affect him. And here you are with this disease. You're going through your own adversity, and you still are pursuit of your active career. And you're a mom. You got kids. You being a super mom.
Yes.
Kudos to you. So thank you
Thank you.
Thank you, Tisha, for your time. Continue success, and thank you so much for calling in on the 8. You said 8 is your lucky number, so there must have been something about that number.
It is. You remember?
Yes.
You remember I told you that. That is awesome. Thank you.